Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Dingo, the king of Australia. Before we dive into this, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. I saw a video of a dingo, like it was like a really short clip of just a dingo like biting a tourist or somebody who was vacationing at the beach, like, or maybe not vacation, maybe they're a resident in Australia, they're a citizen in Australia, but either way, just biting somebody at the beach on the butt, and I was like, hold on. Before we jump into this though, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Where are we going?
The Australian outback. Making up 81% of mainland Australia, these vast and diverse rangelands are home to a wide variety of spectacular species.
I don't even
Thorny
know what
dragons, frilled neck lizards, kangaroos,
cool,
wedge-tailed eagles.
Ooh.
But one species has conquered this massive, challenging ecosystem, along with the rest of the mainland. And it's not even native to Australia. This is Australia's conquering king, the apex predator down under, the dingo.
It just looked like a regular dog, bro. Like a breed of a dog, bro. Like, That's so dope how people can do that. That's legit so dope, bro. Like, the ability to be able to do all that is insanity. That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Neal
awesome.
and you're watching Animal Logic. Found across mainland Australia, the dingo is a type of canine, likely descended from domesticated wild dogs, but their taxonomy is a mess.
I like wild dogs. I like watching wild dogs hunt in a pack, bro. Like, there's just something I like about it. Like, wild dogs it's so many of them. There's so many of them. They run deep. Bro, they're dope, bro. And they're dope. And that bite they got is, once you get stuck, you get 2 or 3 of them on you, you can call it a day.
They are the largest terrestrial predators in Australia, and I got to meet 2.
That's so awesome.
So she just wants to smell you. So come and take a seat on that rock there.
Hello, Blaze. Hello. So here I've got Scorch and Blaze, the alpine dingoes. Both of these dingoes were raised in captivity and are almost as friendly as domestic dogs. They're incredibly friendly, and their behavior is so similar to the dogs that we know. While they may look like dogs, they do have some big differences. Unlike dogs, they can't bark. They're also unable to digest starch, meaning they couldn't eat kibble. No one is certain if dingoes are wolves, dogs, or their own thing, but the most recent research is pointing to dingoes being their own species, rather than a breed of dog. Being apex predators, dingoes are incredibly important to the health of the ecosystem, even though they're not native species. They've been in Australia for at least 3,500 years.
Jesus.
That's the oldest physical evidence of fossils of dingoes, and they've not changed since the...
So how did they get to, if they're not a native species, how did they get over there to Australia in the first place? Like, a dingo, like someone just dropped it over there? And it's not, like, they're their own thing. Not a wild dog, not a wolf, not a regular domesticated dog.
Time that they've been discovered as fossils. It took dingoes about 100 years to conquer the entire continent, but how they got here in the first place is still a bit of a mystery. Some believe that dingoes were brought here from Malaysia by ancient mariners, while others believe they may have crossed over by themselves, traversing the land bridges that would have formed during low tides. Regardless of how they got to Australia, they play a valuable role in the ecosystem, being the continent's apex predator since the extinction of the thylacine in 1936. Fully grown, dingoes weigh about 15 kilograms, stand around 60 centimeters tall at the shoulder, and measure about 1.2 meters from head to tail.
Okay.
They've evolved to be strong and agile, a necessary combination to catch large kangaroos. But they'll eat anything they can get their jaws around. The fact that they can eat just about anything here is in a lot of ways a boon to the populations of Australia. As apex predators, they are responsible for keeping prey populations in check. Studies have shown that when dingoes are present, the number of large kangaroos decreases, which increases plant life and protects the surviving kangaroos from starvation. Balanced as all things should be.
The circle of
In
life.
other words, with fewer dingoes, kangaroos eat all the plants in their environment, which makes them more likely to die of starvation. Another
It's the circle of life. Dingoes are a necessity. They're the apex predator in Australia.
great service that they do for Australia is that they call invasive species. And Australia's got a lot of issues right now concerning invasive species, like cats and rats and all kinds of different rodents. A lot of endemic species are being threatened by these invasive species. So these guys are doing a huge service to all of Australia and its endemic wildlife by reducing numbers of creatures like that.
Oh, he trying to get the small one. Oh, okay. He trying to get the small one in the middle. He said, "Let me get over there that little one. That's who I'm aiming for. Let me them hogs. Hey, you ain't getting to this little one. Hey, little one, you run in the middle of us. We got you."
They live in groups of up to 10 individuals,
Ooh.
usually with a dominant pair at the helm. Like African
sense.
wild dogs, when dingoes are hunting large prey, like red kangaroos, they hunt in packs.
Got you.
On the hunt, they'll harass and chase the prey until it's exhausted, and then they go for the kill. But their size limits their scope and can only take down prey up to 100 kilograms, meaning that adult horses, cows, and pigs are off the menu. While their prey may not be huge, they are quite effective, and their numbers allow them to outcompete foxes and take down prey larger than they could solo. These packs make them a problem for farmers, and historically, dingoes have been viewed in a negative light. Since the European settlement of Australia, dingoes have been maligned for killing livestock, including young cattle, sheep, and goats. And so, they started to cull dingoes for the sake of protecting that livestock. In the 1800s, dingoes were considered such a huge problem for agriculture that a massive 5,000-kilometer-long fence was created to protect the
That's
agriculturally important Australian Southwest.
That's
This
crazy.
fence still exists today, and there have been calls to allow dingoes back over the border to increase biodiversity and help cull the populations of kangaroos and foxes, which run rampant without the dingoes keeping them under control.
So that fence was made to keep the dingoes on the other side. He said, hey, y'all eating our livestock. Can't have that. We need a fence. Can't get on this side of the fence.
But pressure from the meat industry means that for the foreseeable future, dingoes won't be crossing the border to hunt any sweet, sweet kangaroo. Often, dingoes mate for life and will have a litter once a year. Both parents are very involved in raising their adorable pups. By 6 months of age, the pups will have learned everything they need to know about being a dingo, and they'll set off into the world, causing mischief and stealing kisses wherever they go.
By 6 months? Dang, that's fast. That's so cool.
I had a lot of fun getting up close and personal with these dingoes. If you want to see even more of our latest trip to Australia,